Hey, Striker, how's it going? So what's good, Striker? Huh, wow, Frosty Bot is being a little bit more active than usual. It's over for the Sixers? What happened now? Get a high draft pick. Ah. I was about to say, it was like, what happened? Did another injury occur? Someone to take over Embiid's job? Yeah. He's probably going to play himself out of town, assuming he does play. The process 3.0. Yeah, essentially that'll be Maxi Squad at this point. We got sports banter. Wait, do we just have a stream reset? We did. Huh. Funny, I showed... I showed nothing in terms of... like, no errors or anything on my end. Huh. That's weird. Well, which means I'm going to be porting over 2 things tonight over to the YouTube channel after the stream is done. Beat swelling in his left knee. From doing what? Being late to a meeting. Striker's got jokes.
Looks like nobody's home.
According to these data logs, the survey team unearthed some kind of alien technology.
Could be answers at the excavation site.
And just remember, folks, canonically, if you go by what's on the box, Garrison, Ashley are kind of like the normal, companions that are suggested on the box art for the original release of Mass Effect.
En route.
No, again, we do have some inclement weather, so that may have caused an undetectable problem.
I've seen this before. Machine cultists. The survey team must have unearthed some alien technology that turned them into mindless fanatics.
Whatever they found, it's long gone now.
Is it long gone?
Clear.
Was it clear? Uh... Shepard packing that thick armor. So it's kind of weird that that for Garrus and Ashley, the trophies for them should have popped. For missions. But hey, look at that. We're getting all this shit. Sure, we go back to the ship. We can hook Rex up with some gear. And then now that I think about it, when we do the hunt for Rex's family armor, we will have to make sure we take Tally along because of her electronics expert. So it's kind of weird. It's like, yeah, that would explain why Frosty reset it the way it did.
Shepard.
Rex?
Meaningful conversations. Sally, Rex. right, and we can go ahead and inspect the Mako.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Yes, we're looking for supplies. We move back up. Now we've taken Garrus and Ashley on a number of missions. Their ally achievements should have triggered by now. Unless it's counting towards like main worlds. Of course, knowing things like the trophies could be bugged. Aha. I knew there would be something here. Huh. The Hail Hydra armor.
Intruders! Kill the hostage! See how it is?
Yep, we made it through.
Everyone ignores you. Force is the only thing people appreciate. So how about if I kill Chairman Burns and finish this charade?
Please, I was trying to help you people.
Let's not do anything we're all gonna regret.
Why not? What if we
Yes,
got
that's not
listened
to everything we're going
Since
to
the chairman here
regret.
decided that we didn't get reparations. We've got nothing left to live for.
But I've changed my mind. Seeing you all, it's clear that you all deserve...
You had your chance. Some L2s are nearly
It's
crippled
like,
from side effects of the
what happened?
implants, but you voted against reparations.
If you die fighting, you'll get a lot of biotics killed as well.
What do you mean?
You've just made all L2 biotics look like terrorists.
Exactly.
Think of what will happen to them.
But people need to hear about what the government has done and what it has failed to do.
People have already heard. You don't have to kill me to make your point.
But it will help.
You're right. I don't want to die. Maybe something will happen this time. We surrender.
Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me. I'll see to it that the reparations discussion is reopened. I didn't know they were so desperate.
Then you weren't doing your job. A 5th Fleet cruiser will pick you and the prisoners up.
There. We got through it with limited bloodshed. What is Ashley doing? Huh. So is what's going to count for them going to be... probably doing stuff on Veros or Novaria. Hey, look, it's a striker sniper rifle. Perfect when you want to get a strike or pick up the spare. It's a bowling pun. That reminds me, Striker, how's your bowling going? That's like it is total. It totally just occurred to me, like as I say it, like wait a second, I haven't asked like how the bowling is going.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Thank you for dealing with the hostage situation, Commander. Chairman Burns was quite impressed by the way you resolved the situation peacefully.
Yes.
Your assistance
Limited firepower was used.
This has been noted, Commander. Fifth Fleet out.
This system was named after the merciless one, Ming. Yes, that it is a Flash Gordon reference. We're running into another Thresher Mall, aren't we? No, because there's one thing you find, and then on one planet, and then you end up on another.
Guess nobody's home.
Everything's shut down. Only basic life support is running.
Wait, is this the one with the crazy lady?
Hear that? We're not alone. Somebody set that trap. The whole place could be wired.
Yeah, it is the one with the crazy lady.
Jacob is showing no signs of brain
Jacob?
activity.
Taylor?
There's nothing more we can do for him.
Jacob is showing no signs of brain activity. Yeah, that's about right.
Disconnect the life support. Dr. Smith is worried about Julia's reaction, though. She can't seem to let Jacob go. The stress is making her implants flare up, causing intense migraines. It'll probably be easier for everyone if we don't tell her until after we shut the life support down. Give her a chance to... Julia, what are you doing here? Why are you...
They say Jacob's gone. They say his brain isn't functioning anymore.
Yep, Jacob's brain isn't functioning.
But Jacob's the only thing in the world that matters to me. I don't know how to help him, but it's tearing me up inside. I just feel so helpless, so damn angry. Dr. Smith gave me some meds to calm down, but I didn't take them. I can't. Not until I figure out a way to help Jacob. I won't give up on him. I won't.
One, two, three, four. Alrighty.
Looks like that machine is keeping him alive.
No brain activity. He's dead. Body's nothing but an empty shell.
No point in leaving him there like a vegetable.
Your call, Commander. But maybe we should wait until we know more about what's going on before we do anything.
Wow. Look, I said to turn the machine off.
Jacob's not going to make it.
And it's like it actually denied me. The fuck?
Can do for
more worried about Julia now. She's showing signs of severe depression. I gave her some meds that should help, but I better warn the captain.
Hi, Julia. Bye, Julia.
You did the right thing, Commander.
Like, it's funny, things are just exploding in our face. Now, when you think about it, the original Mass Effect has a lot in common with Dragon Age 2. A lot of repeated areas. All right. Hail Hydra!
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Of course.
General distress call from the Sacred Angel Medical Transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. An emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support and emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
Seems like we should survey the system first, before landing. We don't know those people. Again, firepower. The Mako has landed. This planet has a heat advisory. We're going upwards. It's tomorrow night. More Dragon Age tomorrow night. As the Inquisition Into the basin resumes. Alright, Protein data disk 2 of 7, the story writings 5 of 10, 9 of 13, minerals. Is Mako flying through the air. One thing I like about the original Mako is flipping it over was almost like easy. We almost managed to do it there. Like this. Thank you, Captain Cylon! Captain Cylon! Which also leads to the obvious question I have not asked. And so this raises the question: original Battlestar or remake, as it relates to Galactica? I've seen both. I'm just it's just like, yes, both is the correct answer. Yes. See, unlike some people who have watched Battlestar Galactica, I will acknowledge the existence of the original series. And the fact that the original series is best watched if like every episode like as individual movies and not like two-parters. Because
the signal's coming from that down ship.
Careful. I've got a bad feeling about this.
we got Geth.
Geth, it's a trap.
Take care of the big enemies first. Human Ed was what drew us all in at the first place. Oh, Human Edie. Oh no, we can't blame you. Number 6. Number 6 was... Wait, was number 6 the blonde? Yes, okay. It's tough for me to remember, like, which coincidentally is Edie's voice. Ah, well. Damn. So it's even worse that Edie is romanceable for Shepard in Mass Effect 3. Damn it, Joker! But at the same time, it has led to, what was it? Some incredible animation work done by various artists featuring Edie and her mobile platform. You know, now that you think about it, there is something about Edie, that mobile platform, that does not get utilized in Mass Effect 3 after Edie gets it. And that's the fact that it is supposed to be able to, like, camouflage itself. Like the Eva Corey, like how it looks when you encounter it on Mars. Like, Edie is supposed to be able to, like,
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Utilize that as like an infiltration deal. It's like, kind of makes you wonder, like, why doesn't she? And speaking of Edie, have you ever looked up the binary... What plot? Wait, there's gameplay and plot in Mass Effect 3? I thought it was all about seeing, like, how long it takes for it to show off the shower to Trainer. Trust me, if you go with Lenko, Thane, Trainers, like... Like, in that order... Because, and I know I've said it before, there is a reason why I don't like Liara. Is mainly because if you romance her in the first game, hook up with Thane in the second game. In the third game, she basically says, well, he's basically dead and dying anyway. How about we get back together? It's like, you cold-hearted, blue-skinned bitch. Yeah. Granted, it's like Liara is like the quote-unquote jilted lover. But... And then if you romance Kaidan or Ashley and they are still alive, come Mass Effect 3, they spend like the first like quarter of the game laying in a hospital bed. But here's the funny thing. It's like if you ever look at the binary thing, it's like when you go to the moon in Mass Effect 1 and you looked at the breakdown of the binary stuff, if you enter that into like a binary decoder, it's basically ED asking calling for help. It's actually really cool and really subtle there. It's like because it gets mentioned in Mass Effect 3, but unless you actually do the binary code decryption of it, it's like for some people it's like, wait, she did that? Now, the big question is, where the hell is the lunar landing? That is actually findable. So, there what you went about the Mass Effect writers, because it's all been said. But, considering how much backtracking and lore it is that they've done to, like, add some extra context and stuff to various characters. Like, the Shadow Broker DLC really does do an excellent job. When you get to the Shadow Broker base and you look at the dossiers of everyone, it really does a fantastic job of like fleshing out the personalities of everybody that's on the on your Suicide Squad. In Soviet Russia, you will find probe, but you cannot access it unless you are an engineer or you bring Tali with you. Oh yeah, Citadel being the best, of course. Where else are you going to see a Volus delivering pizza? And it's also, like, if you work for it, you can also bed James Vega in that, and Prothean the Prothean. I always forget his name. Like a full-on expansion? Javik, thank you. I always resort to like calling Prothean to Prothean, which I think is off of like holy shit, Edie can hit us from all the way over there. Edie ain't fucking around. Hey, look, considering going up and down on the pull-up bar, because we've all done it. We've all done it. In addition to knocking James on his ass. We take his pride on the Normandy and take his record on the Citadel. And depending on how things, again, if you work for it, you can take his dignity. All right, we're going in. Now, if there's one thing I don't like about this mission, it's like you basically are all the time you spend shooting to disable stuff. Like a target range. We light it up. The first of three is offline. You know, it's funny, Shepard has the running stamina of a 300-pound fat white guy. Runs about 5 feet and is out of breath. Always funny when it's like when it rains out. I can hear cars drive by on the wet pavement. Bounce back onto the Normandy. Make sure upgrade everyone's. Yeah, and this one has like what? Combat drone, like mechs running at you, right?
I smell trouble.
Oh no, that's right. They give like the force fields. On this one, you shoot one and then the force field, so it takes even longer. I need this. Yeah, you can step to the side and blast it. Like kinetic barriers. You can check into Edie's hotel. You cannot check out. At least you have enough room to
Good as new.
get your ass to Mars. Well, we're like 2 full games away from that. Also got to remember to use the Medi-Gels. Like, get your ass to Mars. And of course, when we get to Mass Effect 2, we have to remember to do, like, the first thing, as soon as you get to Normandy, and as soon as you, like, probes and stuff, gotta go to the Sol system. Launch 2 probes. Really? And Edie's exasperated side. Probing Uranus. uh, Alright, somehow Frosty Bot has also channeled Liara just now. Mighty ancestors. I should mention put some respect on Battlestar's name for Frosty. Wait. uh oh wait. Alright, so that is a oh whoops. Misspelled it. There you go. Feel better. Feel better, Captain? Oh wow.
All targets down.
Like I just yeah. Frosty will walk back anything if you question her on it or them, it, she. Like Frosty just knows how to get under your skin.
Good to go.
Negative contacts.
I think that contact was positive.
All targets down.
It says help. All right. Increase self-damage, improve barrier.
Metagel deployed.
I think we're good, Commander.
All right. And now we wait to meet Edie in Mass Effect 2. Out of curiosity, all right. Clearly, we have not had many renegade interactions. Back to the Normandy. Just think, Liara's just there floating around.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well,
The Dr. Hart situation.
yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
How was it disturbing?
Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Yeah, Krogan testicles are being passed around all the time.
Unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one Elcor diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs. Had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut.
It like kind of makes you wonder, how does an Elcor go around capturing people?
So how
It's like to hack them up in the first place.
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests.
And where does the Elcor get a hockey mash that big?
Turian, who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development. There was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Shepard,
I believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility.
we shall not mention all the fan fiction that sees you on Tuchanka getting some action.
They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Good thinking. Lackeys are always easier to scare.
Exactly.
His organs started leaking.
One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes.
They were lab rats.
Test tubes.
So he was growing spare parts in his own employees.
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
No, he got away.
The worst part, we never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
Good question.
Blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time
He has?
the ship was already leaving.
Is he finally returning to his most iconic role of playing Jesus in the Walking Dead games?
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel
Avowed?
to shoot him down, but CSEC
Ah, cool.
countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about...
I always swear that'd be like one of my favorite running gags. Ever since I played The Walking Dead New Frontier, and he was like, come across Jesus, like, hey, that guy's voice sounds familiar. Oh, it's Garrus.
No wonder you hated it there. Those idiots just let him fly away.
Yes, they did.
Like,
I went to Pat.
which also is like why before when we ran across Garrus in Night 1 2 weeks ago, it's like, hey, we found Jesus.
All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages
Hey,
die, maybe they don't, but
it works both ways.
responsible for it all.
A few casualties is a small price to pay to stop someone like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those hostages might be wishing they'd died by now anyway. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Alright, that means we got access to Rex's loyalty mission.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why
Why not
leave?
stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed.
By Darth
I was
Vader.
head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after
This is where we find out Rex is a bleeding heart liberal, and we love him for it.
They followed Jared, one of the few.
At least, you know, by he's liberal in the Krogan sense.
But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up.
Everybody wants Jared to shut up. You're like,
I wanted
and
to
finally he did. They finally shut Jared up about talking about how much weight he lost eating Subways.
how much things had
And it turned out Jared turned out to be a total creep on top of it.
Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day.
Then he became dinner.
We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard?
Yes.
I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath
It's
to my
like-
father's father.
Realize that Rex is so embarrassed
I
talking
swore to
about
recover
this.
My family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine.
And it's technically the armor that Rex is sporting in Mass Effect 2.
Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now it's in the hands of Taun Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Shepard.
Do 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 do.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Huh. Oh, sweet. We can go... Yeah, straight away, get the Spectre rifle right off the bat. You see, we don't mess around. Shepard's a Spectre. All right. All right, gonna take me a restroom break, and then we will determine our next destination.
A resonance! Of course it was! Amazing, just as I thought! Huh. I thought this was supposed to be awful. Not too bad. I see the human palate as a place of extravagance indeed.
Alright, so they are not human.
That
is... And we got it down to one again. We got it down to one.
Your GPA and the drugs you took. What?
Crossing the back over. I want the skull. Give me the skull. We have retrieved the skull. There we go. We got him.
Morgan.
Oof. You know, just realize that close to the wall, just realizing just how high is Widow popping those legs up when she's doing. And we are back. The ship systems are running smoothly and I've recalibrated the array. It's a stream. Well, no gas attacks. Alright. Alright, so... Well, we could pick up some renegade stuff here. And maybe pick up some sort of... I think there's going to be a couple of things to do here on the Citadel. We'll take Ashley and Garrus, and hopefully we can get their respective achievements. It's amazing. It's like 3 weeks in. We have not advanced the plot a single bit. Again, team firepower.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore.
Shepard is a what?
Presley has the deck.
Huh.
Alliance officials report that a Geth incursion into the Armstrong cluster has been repulsed, with the Geth suffering heavy casualties. In the event of future Geth activity, the Alliance plans to maintain a strong security presence in the area.
Those details on Garrus. Oh, you probably have to do one of the planetary missions first.
Do you feel that your training in the human military prepared you well for your duties, Gunnery Chief?
Trying to take down a rogue Spectre and his army of synthetics? No, they didn't cover this in basic.
See? Human military training. Even this far into the future, it's still highly inefficient.
Yes, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course. Yes, Commander. Is there something I can do
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
Okay. So you probably do need to advance the plot at least once, but just double checking. Oh yeah, forgot Conrad. And Emily Wong is not up here. Let's see if Conrad popped back up. Yep, he did.
Hey, Commander Shepard, it's me, You were too busy to talk last time, but that's not a problem. I know you're busy being the first human Spectre and all.
There's a lot going on right now. Is there something I can do for you?
This will be fast. I just wanted you to know what a big fan I am, and I was wondering if I could get a picture.
Sure. No problem.
Just hold up your gun. Perfect. Thanks again, Commander. I'm gonna hang this in my living room. My wife will love it.
Yeah. And oh yeah, that's right. Flux is the possibility where there's something. We want to get with the dancing Volus. Look, you haven't played Mass Effect correctly until you're dancing with a Volus. I'm serious. He deserved it.
Yeah, what is it?
Seems the owner didn't like the way you played their games.
Doran didn't have a clue what I was doing. He assumed I was cheating.
I know Doran. If he says you're cheating, you're cheating.
I was just tipping the scales in my favor. Only as an experiment.
Still sounds like cheating to me.
To you, maybe. But this device is merely intended to simulate situations and record results. Recording losses is easy, of course. Nobody notices those.
Why do you need to record these outcomes?
Ah, now you're getting to the heart of it. I've spent the last 5 years developing a system that can accurately predict wins and losses on the Quasar. I just need a few more recorded wins and I can complete the algorithms.
Can you do that? Isn't that illegal?
It is illegal.
It's illegal to use my system, but I won't use it. I'll sell it to others. I just need a few more wins recorded.
Does the device help me win?
The device is set to emit a frequency that will slightly increase your odds. Nothing like my system eventually will, but enough to allow you to record your wins more quickly.
Why don't you just sell the device then?
Yeah.
No. This device is archaic. It uses brute force to achieve its goal. Besides, you saw how easily it was detected. My system, when it's complete, will be far more efficient and completely undetectable.
What's in this for me?
Keep your winnings. That should be payment enough, I think.
I'll help you out.
Huh. I suppose I could...
Don't worry, he's like, we're not gonna really help him out.
Here you go. When you've recorded enough wins, it'll let you know. Of course, if you get caught with the device, well, you saw what happened to me. Well, off you go. That data won't collect itself. It's not what I heard.
Doran, where you at, dude?
More rumors about strange metal creatures with real AI.
There he is.
Hello again. Can I help you?
I've got something you might be interested in.
Let me see that. You got that from Shells, didn't you?
Yep.
I saw him using it earlier. Tossed him out on his ass for it, too. Thanks for bringing this to me.
I think that tool should be worth something to you.
I suppose it is. Take a few tries of Quasar. On the house.
I should be going.
Enjoy your time here at Flux.
Hey there, welcome to Flux.
So, did you record 5 wins with the device yet?
Actually, I gave your device to Doran.
Yeah, because we like Doran.
Years of work. What am I gonna do now?
Maybe you should put your talents to better use.
You're no help at all.
There we go.
This is absolutely the worst day of my life.
And the Turian ally. Alright. So we got them both. And there it is. Now for the best highlight. There's that Shepherd can't dance. And if you got a love interest, Shepard would dance with him too. Oh, wow. Whoops. Oh, wow. We kind of... Come on, I want to get like a good...
Oh man, my sisters would love this place. Maybe when this is all over, I'll bring them here for a girls' night out.
It's a shame. Can't get a good angle, unfortunately. But hey, we at least got the 2 trophies knocked out, and oddly enough, they had to be done on the Citadel. Which is crazy in its own right. Because we done enough of the exploring missions where it should have triggered.
So Garrus, any regrets about leaving CSEC?
Fighting a rogue Spectre with countless lives at stake and no regulations to get in the way? I'd say that beats CSEC.
True enough. I'd rather be fighting than trusted to somebody else.
Did they just become best friends? But no, they did not. Blue Solarians.
Alliance officials have raided a dangerous cult controlled by a former Alliance
Raided?
officer, Major Kyle. Major Kyle surrendered and is now being treated for severe post-traumatic stress disorder.
All right. Well, at this point, we can at least
Shore party. Decontamination in progress.
start moving towards one of the systems. I think Pharos first.
Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Yes, of course Presley would be relieved. He doesn't really do anything, but he's relieved. The system is Hercules, Hercules. Yeah, that's right. A 90s what you call it? Nutty Professor reference. Because I'm not sure exactly how I can make a reference to the Jerry Lewis version.
Patching it through.
Normandy, this is Alliance Command. We're detecting your presence in the Attican Beta Cluster.
To the shock of no one.
One of our surveillance drones was gathering intel on Geth activities in the region when it was spotted and shot down. You need to go groundside and recover the drone's data module before the Geth find it.
Okay, so now we can start mixing and matching. While we wait, Captain Cylon's intel and Garrett's voice in avowed, I have a critical mission for you all. Share what we're doing on Twitter. I wish I could. Frosty was set up to where it would. Oh, it's this mission. Is this the one with the monkeys? This reminded me of how Eddie Murphy was everywhere in the 90s and then suddenly wasn't. Well, he made a lot of crappy movies in the 90s. It was like, remember that David Spade line that he dropped on SNL? Hey, look, everyone, a falling star. And then Eddie Murphy got mad. He got really sensitive about it. Yeah, he's kind of like made a comeback of sorts. Rex, do your thing. It's like, donkey! It's like one of the few things from Shrek that I would like occasionally quote, I'm all alone, there's no one there beside me. I'm all alone, there's no one there to deride. Well, what is it? Deride, or whatever, how it's phrased. Also, we'll find it funny as hell that, yeah, Donkey banged a dragon. That is canonical. And then you had this little flying half dragon, half donkey. It's like, yeah, that was most certainly a thing. And on the Mike Myers thing here is that, like, I'm trying to make another Austin Powers film. My initial reaction is, why? Because Goldmember frickin' blew. Oh yeah, this is okay. This is the Prothean sphere thingy. Leave it alone? Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you meant the... Well, that was the whole point of the first film, was him trying to adapt to the 90s and stuff, where a lot of his behavior was inappropriate then. So it's like when they say it's like going woke. Well, guess what? Anybody says like will complain about it going woke clearly never watched the first film, because he's basically being chastised for his behavior and stuff, and that he has to adapt and such. Yeah. Which is amazing. I'm only like 5'6", 5'7" on a good day. And if it's not going over my head, that means it should not be going over anyone else's head. I'm short. Especially when... Hackball Sky Killer! Thank you for the hydration. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. We were talking about this with a friend. A lot of remakes and updates are pointed out for being woke, but they're clearly never saw the source material because it's been woke for ages. Yeah. People complaining about Star Trek being woke. Like, really? See, even the Mako couldn't believe that people were complaining about Star Trek becoming woke. It bounced around in confusion. Like, wait, what? But it's a weird thing. Yep, I'll just go ahead and point to, what was it? The episode of Private Little War, where Kirk gets bitten by the Mugatu and Spock gets shot, as like Exhibit A of Star Trek being woke, because it was just a commentary on the stupidity of what was happening in like Vietnam at the time. It's like, I'll just lay it there like that. That's like my go-to on like killing the woke argument. I just think Liara still has not been picked up yet. This is where we get ambushed by some Geth, right around here, right?
This is the surveillance drone, but where's the data module?
Ah.
Guess we're doing this the hard way.
Yep, we're doing it the hard way. And we're gonna get some. The question is going to be, is it going to be Rex or Tally that's going to have the commentary for what we're about to do?
That was a little extreme, wasn't it?
Nope, it was not extreme enough. Yep. It was like the original conversation here is like we ended up talking about Eddie Murphy and bring Shrek, which led to bring up Austin Powers and to talk about there being a fourth movie being made. And it's like, what was it? Yeah, the Asari are effectively monogender. They're gender neutral. They just happen to have like a female form. Yeah, that's what I heard like a few days ago. And so it's like, how do you bring that? And my thought it is like, really, there's a reason why they stopped making them after the third film. But the third film was a bit much and had some of the jokes did not land with me, and like it had its moments. Like the Tom Cruise, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kevin Spacey, Danny DeVito opening was cool. The Britney Spears sequence was also pretty cool on that. So it's like we need to find the one that has it has like an underground part. Like there were things about the third Austin Powers film that I liked, but it's just like altogether it was not a good movie. Like The Spy Who Shagged Me was almost as good as the first one. Like, and you kind of had like the gags and stuff with Mini-Me. But the third, you know what it is? The third film felt just like a repeating of the hits. And it's like, oh yeah, it's like, how do you explain Austin Powers and Dr. Evil being so similar in their appearance? Oh, well, they're brothers. They went to school together. Like, granted, they did not know they were brothers, but you almost get the general idea. Now, actually, what would have been cool? Because there was the two films that were kind of like spoofs in the 60s. In Like Flint. Was that Iron Man Flint and In Like Flint? There were two films that were kind of spoofs on the spy genre. I forget the actor. What was it? James Coburn? Like, what? Yeah, James Coburn played Flint, and it was a spoof on the spy films of the 60s, and it came out in the 60s. Like both films are actually pretty cool. It's like what would have worked? What really would have worked with Austin Powers is if they had like Austin and like I'm not sure who would have had the licensing rights to it though. But okay, Fox would have had the licensing right to the In Like Flint franchise. Who was? That would explain why. It's like and Austin Powers is Warner Brothers.
Cover me.
So it's like it would have been impossible. But yeah, in my mind it was like you would have had like the aged up Derek Flint from the two from the two Flint films of the 1960s, and Austin Powers teaming up. It's like you, for me that actually would have been kind of interesting. Or at the very least had James Goldberg. And I understand why they cast Michael Caine as the playing the father, Nigel Powers. But there's something that would have been cool. Oh, no, because it wouldn't work. It would have worked almost aged wise. Well, actually, it would have worked out. But since Austin Powers is canonically British, it would not necessarily work. Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. I'm just spitballing. It's like this is how my mind works when it comes to like my creative process. Like, okay, think why it can work and why not, and just speak in incomplete and incoherent sentences. The noodle up here, when I start thinking creatively, is like it's hard for me to verbalize. If I write it down, it will make sense. Kind of.
He dropped the data module.
It's a miracle the data module is still intact. Joker should be able to transmit this info to Alliance Command.
And now we have Geff. See, we have the Spectre rifle, which means we're going to be able to light some suckers up. What is the most played Mass Effect game in my Twitch channel's history? It's Mass Effect 1. By a wide margin. Three playthroughs of the 360 version, multiple playthroughs of the PC version. This is the second playthrough of the Legendary Edition, but on different consoles and such. Now we could go ahead and go after. Third option on Vermeer? What third option? Oh wow. Chat's diving into nostalgia trips with Eddie Murphy's 90s reign, pondering the woke debate, remakes, and classics like Star Trek and Austin Powers. Now its Mass Effect's inclusions of Sorry and shares relief over BioWare. Oh wow. So what third option? Uh Kepler Verge. So wait. So my question is, what third option on Vermeer? Because that's the first I've ever heard of something. Like, what could possibly have been a third option? How the hell would that even work? Saving Caden and Ashley? Even I'm wrapping my head around that one and going, what? Rex? Because the whole point is there's like you having... Logistically, there's no way to save both. Oh, really? Uh... View them. All right, Hackball, you are kind of was. I see what this is. I don't know. It's apparently something on the mods. Oh, the matches for using a private block terms, and it was like, how the fuck can we even do that? Which was in response to being able to save. There was probably files, as you said, there were files. Yeah, so. It's a reminder of when I had issues with so many knuckleheads, and I had to like make sure and go to the extreme to make sure certain things were not said in the chat. But it is amazing how much more mature the general Twitch audience has been when coming to my streams. Groovy. Oh shoot! I just realized I brought. Yeah. In case anybody was wondering. When was I going to realize that I brought Rex instead of Rex and Caden, and I forgot to bring Garrus. Yep. Yeah, like I said, a lot of the issues that I had with like general knuckleheads was back in the Twitch things era. So there was a parade of fools that came in one night. There was one dude in particular that was doing nothing but creating accounts with insulting names and such. Goes to show how pathetic their life was. Like the calls harassment and things. So.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Saleon.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy! Please, don't let him do this to me.
Finish him.
Put him out of his misery so we can get going.
Gladly. Your days of butchering are over, Doctor.
No! Please! Please!
That was satisfying.
Good. Remember that feeling. That's how it should be.
I will, Commander. Well, I guess we're done here.
All right. Yeah, best part is we get a gear. Again, one of the best parts about playing as an engineer when I did that run was essentially, yo yeah, unlock everything.
If you're feeling all you kind of
he don't bite Beast or Man because he's a vegetarian. Okay, here. It's it's all right, Havoc. There's like, tone down the word fudge. Yeah, there's peeking around the corner. By the way, trivia question, folks. Do you know what Duckula is actually a spin-off from? It is actually a spin-off of another show. And if you're of a certain age, you would have more likely seen the show on Nickelodeon in its early days, too. Perhaps this will help.
He's the greatest. He's fantastic. Wherever there is danger, he'll be there. He's the ace. He's amazing. He's the strongest. He's the quickest. He's the best.
Danger Mouse! Danger Mouse! Danger Mouse! Yep. Duckula was actually debuted as an antagonist in Danger Mouse. Now the story goes that one of the Nickelodeon like executives, like one of the people that was heading up the network, went to the studio that produced Danger Mouse, and they looked at the character because they wanted another show, and they saw like a pictures on the wall of these various characters. They took one look at Duckula and says like, we want a show based on that. And then we got like one of the biggest jams of a theme ever.
Castle Duckula, home for many centuries to a dreadful dynasty of vicious vampire ducks, the Counts of Duckula. Legend has it that these foul beings can be destroyed by a stake through the heart or exposure to sunlight. This does not suffice, however.
And the theme will go on for like, intro was like nearly 2 minutes long for every episode, which was crazy.
Blood. The latest reincarnation did not run according to plan.
In the heart of Transylvania, in the Vampire Hall of Fame, yeah, there's not a vampire any other. He won't bite Beast the Man, cause he's a vegetarian, and things never run. If you're looking for some fun, you can always count upon the wild one they call
Duckula. Count Duckula. Like, very underrated show. Probably should we throw these into? So yeah, did we just get derailed there? Yes, we did. We're like Amtrak half the time here. And when I say we're like Amtrak, is like easily derailed. Teen Titans, the complete series on sale for $10.99 on. Yeah, the Blu-ray version. The DVD version's not is still $20. Oh wait. Wait. Hold up here. They charge $60 for the DVD version? Okay, so the question is, does it include the movie? Huh. And we'll go ahead and grab it. Funny thing, I have a DVD. I have DVD players. I don't have a Blu-ray player. Okay. Wrong way there. We actually got gear and stuff. I have an Xbox Series S, so that doesn't have a disc drive, and I have an Xbox One with the disc drive. I also have a PS4 with disc drive. I have two PS3s. True. But if I'm gonna do like anything like creative of sorts, because that's kind of like how I think with a lot of like stuff, because I only have like a plug-in for like for my computer, a plug-in USB DVD player for the computer. So it's like when I do the Daria reaction videos on my YouTube channel, I am actually using a DVD player. So I kind of like, okay, if I can get DVD copies of certain things, that's kind of like my preference. I never really adopted because Blu-ray came along right around the same time like streaming was taking off.
Commander, good to see you.
Look at that. Actual armor for Tally. which is pretty cool.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
Let's see what they got. All right. We head back up. Awkward shepherd standing in an elevator. Do. By the way, I made sure to get my nieces their Christmas presents because I'm getting them earmuffs, you know, something practical, and some what am I getting them? I forget. Earmuffs, a Disney Princess Heart of Fashion DIY charm bracelet kit because they like, and a flower pot kit with like planters, plants, brushes, and seeds and stuff. Like, granted, one is nearly in high school. The one's like approaching middle school, or is already in middle school, and the other one is like second grade or so, I think. So it's like the older one is the tough one because it's like, okay, I know, but I don't know. Argus Rao cluster for this one. Let's knock that out. Oh, Hydra. Phoenix. Perfect. Get those loyalty missions out of the way. Yes, and there are actual loyalty missions. You give, like, the data to Tally. You do the Dr. Hart thing for Garrus. And you get Rex's armor. The only one of real consequence is Rex's armor. Because it actually makes, if you don't do, or if you're not far enough Paragon or Renegade, you, it makes it easier to talk Rex down. They're like, yeah, you went and did this extra thing for him. Like, you didn't have to, but you went ahead and did it for him. Like, you put off the mission to hook Rex up. And kind of need Tally because things. Okay, so hidden structure. Plus, we're hunting thresher malls too, so. I also gotta wait, make sure here. And yeah, so I'll have to make sure. I gotta pay attention for deliveries. For both the Teen Titans DVD and my niece's Christmas presents. Also gotta get some groceries. There's a freaking Thresher Mall here, isn't there? No, there isn't. Thresh this small. I'll tell you what, them Duke boys certainly got themselves into a bind this time. It's the good old boys. That's funny. I never actually sat down and ever watched like a full episode of the Dukes of Hazzard. But, you know, obviously familiar with the General Lee, the car and stuff, and I can understand the tropes of it. You went to see Wicked yesterday? How was it? I'm going to assume it was good because it's like it's a musical adaptation. So I'm assuming the song very good for a musical. Yeah, because sometimes the musical versions of something does not fully translate well to film. Like if it wasn't intended to be a film, sometimes things get a little bit lost. Like, what was that? Rent! Sucks, it's only part one. Yeah, because you're adapting like a full musical, and the play itself, from what is actually kind of lengthy too. Especially if they're doing like the full numbers and stuff and sequences, and who knows how much they're adding to the film that may not have been totally possible to do, obviously, on stage. Chat's on a nostalgia trip with Captain Silent's memory tickled by Danger Mouth and Striker dropping hot deals on Teen Titans. Also diving into console specs, Xbox One versus PS1 Blu-ray battles. And amidst the Tech Talk, Striker shares a magical experience from Wicked. to the left hanging for part 2. Keep the references coming. In the movie, she looked like Fiona as an ogre. Oof. Yeah, that was going to be tough to, like, to convey. Like, how do you, was it make Ebola bring that to life? Was it Ebola or Ebola?
This is the place. My armor's here somewhere.
Don't worry, Rex. We're gonna get your armor. You know what? They'll never see it coming. Unless they actually saw it coming. Huh. So Rex or Tally must have did something.
Let's get moving.
Like all sorts of goodies there.
This is it. I can't believe my ancestors ever wore this piece of crap. But at least I've got it back.
I'm glad we could help you get it back.
I might just be starting to like you, Shepard.
Of course you are, Rex. Like, Rex is a happy boy. You know what's really funny when it's like I see when I drop in and lurk on other people's Mass Effect playthroughs, they don't really do the side missions and stuff. Specifically for the first game, they don't go roaming around. They don't go doing everything. They just like they focus on the main story, and it's like they don't go bopping around the galaxies. Like that's half the fun. And guess what? Tally just became the most important member of the team going forward. Because having her in the squad means one thing. Like basically, Tally will now get to go everywhere. Because anything that's now a hard lock thing, a hard thing to decrypt, she gets to come along on. Because having her in the party means everything is unlockable, which is extra XP. Which, of course, means backtracking, of course, also would mean is like, backtracking and doing everything else across the game to find all the missed stuff. So at this point, the only places we haven't been are like the systems for like the big major missions. Like bringing down the sky and things like Novaria, Pharos, and Liara. Like we basically put all of that off just to go side content. Hang around, do stuff.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Something bothering you?
It's Saren. I'm starting to wonder whether we'll ever find him.
Yeah, not at the pace we're going.
He's one step ahead of us, and he's got those damn Geth.
We're getting close, Garrus. We'll find him.
I wish I had your confidence. I just can't stand the thought of him getting away with everything he's done. I know you're doing everything you can, and if anyone can catch him, it's you, but if there's anything else I can do to help, anything, just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
Thank you, Garrus. I'll keep that in mind. Just make sure you're ready to go when we do catch him.
Yes, ma'am. You can count on me. Thanks for hearing me out. I appreciate it. Can I ask you something, Commander?
No, goodbye.
What is it?
Are you worried that the
It's
Council
like-
is protecting Saren? I mean, they were really dragging their heels before. What if we find him, bring him back to the Citadel, and they refuse to act?
You seem to have some thoughts on this. Speak your mind, Garrus.
Garrus,
Well, maybe
pop,
we should
pop,
give him a
drop
chance,
drop the heathen.
Saren's too dangerous to be kept alive. Too much could happen. He could escape, or the Council might let him go.
Or worse.
If we find him, when we find him, I say we make sure we stop him permanently.
I'm glad you see it that way. I never had any intention of capturing that bastard. When I see him, he dies.
Good. The Council won't like it, but they can't stop you either. You see, this is why I want to be a Spectre. You never have to worry about bureaucratic idiots making a mess of everything.
Just make sure you're ready when it happens.
Yes, ma'am.
So now, since we have to take Tali everywhere, we now have to make sure that she is properly equipped. Get the stuff. No, it's funny because we were taking Ashley on so many missions. Now effectively she's benched, depending on what we end up having to do.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
And we'll hold off there. Speak to Rex.
Shepard,
So you'd rather be a merc than help your people?
I'm a fighter. It's what I do.
So?
Aren't you at all worried about what will happen to the Krogan?
What the hell do you want me to do about it, Shepard? I'm tired of sticking my ass on the line and getting nothing for it.
So you decided to go your own way?
I decided killing for credits was better than killing for a lost cause.
Philosophy, according to Rex.
Hero, Shepard.
Yes, you are, Rex. You are the greatest hero.
Line, killing for credits simplifies things.
Exactly. That's why I hired you.
And that's why I joined. So I wouldn't have to deal with them. But there's a lot of Krogan mercs out there. I'm always running into them. Half the time I'm being paid to kill them. But that's just part of the job.
Oh, that's right. We get the great story where he tells...
How long have you been a merc?
Long enough. I took my first contract right after I left my home system. It's good work. It doesn't kill you.
I get the feeling you enjoy.
Yeah, mercenary is great work if you don't get killed.
You get to see the galaxy on someone else's credits. And most days end with a good fight. I've tried more organized fighting, private armies and such, but it gets too messy.
He needs room.
I fight best on my own, or in very small groups. I don't like people relying on me, and I bloody well don't like relying on them.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Shepard.
Hello.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Alright, and we'll drop in on Tally. I don't think Tally's going to have anything meaningful at this point.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
No, you can see that Tally is smiling.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
I should go.
See you later.
Okay. So, at this point, let's head back up to the bridge. Because we don't want to get stuck down in engineering like we did at the start of the stream, where we somehow my save from last week broke it when the elevator was like halfway up and... But this is where you're, like how some folks will perfectly position Shepard. Yeah. Kind of looks familiar, don't it? Captain Cylon. Well, except with the hairstyle and face structure and everything, but... Alright, so we are... well, you know, nearly 11 hours in on this playthrough. Which is pretty, you know, making good progress with it. Where is it? Trophies. We've unlocked a few tonight. Medal of Exploration. Soldier Ally. Turian Ally. And since the stream got accidentally divided into two parts, guess one will be called Medal of Exploration, and the others will be called Turian and Soldier Ally. Or Turian and Soldier. Turian and Soldier, or something of that effect. Actually, you know what's funny? Let's take a look at the percentages here. 36% complete 5 missions with Garrus. 30% do 5 missions with Ashley. Like, how the heck do you not get that one done? 20, even less, 29% with Rex in the party. 40%. Tally is universally loved. And then 28% with Kaden. That means Liara is going to be what? Well, Liara is only at 30%. So basically, the most important member of the original of Mass Effect in the Legendary Edition on the PlayStation side is Tally. If I'm looking at the, you know, just going by these percentages, because there is a gap there. It goes Tally, Garrus. Ashley's at 30.5. Liara's was at what? Ashley, Liara, then Rex and Kaden. If I'm looking at this right. Rex. Yeah. Nobody takes Kaden along. Nobody! But yeah. So, I guess next Friday, when we do Mass Effect stuff, we will head to Pharaohs. Deal with that situation. And of course, you know, of course, investigate any strenuous systems and stuff in that area. Then Novaria. We'll probably hold off on stuff because, like, we might. Smart thing was just to go Pharaohs, because I think after Vermeer. Yeah, that's. I'm trying to think. It's like, because I literally want to save Liara for last, but I also want to have like enough things for her to do to try to get that achievement for her. Granted, another playthrough of the Legendary Edition on both the Xbox side, and also the PlayStation side was needed done for other achievements related to powers and such. Alrighty. So, who's doing stuff right now? And we got. Let's see, we got Doki Doki, Final Fantasies. Phasmophobia. Liar's Bar. You know what? We need to go to the not too distant future. Down in Deep 13. Where Dr. Forrester and TV's Franks are cooking up a scheme. What is it? Wait, I did it wrong. In the not too distant future, next Sunday AD, There was a guy named Joel, not too different from you and me. He worked at Gizmonic Institute, just another face in a red jumpsuit. He did a good job cleaning up the place, but his bosses didn't like him, so they shot him into space. We send him cheesy movies, the worst we can find. La la la. He'll have to sit and watch them all, then we'll monitor his mind. Now keep in mind, Joel can't control where the movies begin and end, because he used those special parts to make his robot friends. Robot roll call. Cambot, Gypsy, Tom Servo, Crow, if you're wondering how he eats and breathes and other science facts, then repeat to yourself, it's just a show. I should really just relax. For Mystery Science Theater 3000. So yes, we are dropping in on the MST3K channel this evening. So yes, and also highlighted with me singing the theme. Well, like the first theme. So there we go. So Captain Sideline, have a good night. And everybody else, thanks for dropping in, chatting, and so forth. Tomorrow night we're back to Dragon Age Inquisition as we are doing the Jaws of Hakon DLC. So that's tomorrow night. Sunday night we got Overwatch, and then Monday we got Dragon Age. But of course, if you're here just for Mass Effect, it'll be back next Friday evening. And since I'm off next Friday, I might start early. It depends on other things, but I might start early next Friday. So that's it. Tighten your friendship bracelets. Stay safe. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. We'll see you next time. Good night, folks.